In the beginning, there was a sketch. A simple yet dynamic sketch of a character that would somehow go on to redefine what it meant to be an antihero in the Marvel Universe. The year was 1991, and the brains behind this creation were none other than Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nicieza. The duo, working on Marvel's New Mutants, were about to introduce a character that would become a cult favorite. Deadpool. Let's get into it. Rob Liefeld, a young and enthusiastic artist with a love for dynamic poses and over-the-top designs, created Deadpool's visual aesthetic. Inspired by the character Deathstroke from DC Comics, Liefeld's design was a mix of sleekness and lethality. He gave Deadpool a red and black costume, a masked face, and an array of weapons. Deadpool's appearance was meant to scream dangerous mercenary, while also looking undeniably cool. Fabian Nicieza, the writer, took one look at Liefeld's design and saw potential for a character with depth and a unique voice. Nicieza's task was to give this visually striking character a personality that matched his appearance. His name was Wade Wilson, a nod to the character's inspiration, Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. Deadpool made his first appearance in New Mutants number 98. Now initially, he was a villain, hired to kill Cable, the leader of the New Mutants. But even in these early appearances, Deadpool just stood out. He wasn't just another bad guy, he had a mouth on him. Nicieza gave Deadpool a wisecracking personality, a trait that would become his hallmark. The early 90s were a time of great change in the comic book industry. Readers were craving new and exciting characters. And Deadpool, well, he fit the bill perfectly. His quick wit, combined with Liefeld's dynamic artwork, made him an instant hit. However, it wasn't until a few years later that Deadpool would truly come into his own. 1997 marked a turning point for Deadpool. Marvel decided to give the character his own solo series, and they tapped Joe Kelly to write it. Kelly, along with artist Ed McGuinness, took Deadpool to new heights. This was the series where Deadpool's character was fleshed out and where he would truly become the Merc with a Mouth. Joe Kelly's run on Deadpool was revolutionary. He delved deep into Deadpool's psyche, exploring his mental instability, his struggle with his own identity, and his desire for redemption. Ed McGuinness's artwork complemented Kelly's writing perfectly. His exaggerated, cartoonish style added a layer of fun to the series, making the dark themes more palatable. Together, Kelly and McGuinness created a Deadpool who was funny, tragic, and utterly unique. One of the most iconic aspects of Deadpool is his ability to break the fourth wall. This means he knows he's a comic book character and isn't afraid to talk to the readers or comment on the story. This was Joe Kelly's brainchild and became a cornerstone of Deadpool's character. The fourth wall breaking allowed for some incredibly creative storytelling. Deadpool could comment on the absurdity of comic book tropes, make pop culture references, and even poke fun at Marvel itself. This self-awareness made Deadpool feel fresh and modern, a character who was in on the joke with his readers. Deadpool's popularity continued to grow, and with it, his character evolved. Different writers brought their own takes to the character, each adding new layers to his personality and backstory. Gail Simone, for example, introduced the concept of Deadpool's healing factor causing his mental instability. It's a brilliant twist that explained his erratic behavior and multiple personalities. Another notable writer was Daniel Way, who took over the series in 2008. Way's run delved deeper into Deadpool's fractured psyche, introducing the concept of multiple internal voices represented by different colored text boxes. This gave readers a glimpse into the chaotic nature of Deadpool's mind and added a new dimension to his character. Deadpool's relationships with other characters also played a crucial role in his development. His bromance with Cable, his love-hate relationship with Wolverine, and his flirtation with Death, both the concept and the character, all added depth to his character. These relationships showed that despite his insanity and violent tendencies, Deadpool formed genuine connections and cared for others. As Deadpool's popularity soared in the comics, fans began clamoring for a movie, as they do. You know, the less said about Deadpool's appearance in X-Men Origins Wolverine, the better, right? You see what I did there? Anyway, this version of Deadpool was a far cry from the wisecracking mercenary that fans loved. It was like somebody took a chimichanga and replaced it with a Chiquita banana. It's just wrong. Determined to set things right, Ryan Reynolds teamed up with screenwriters Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick to create a Deadpool movie that stayed true to the character. They shot some test footage in 2012, and when it leaked online, the internet went crazy. The positive fan reaction was enough to convince the studio to greenlight the project. Filming the first Deadpool movie was a labor of love. Director Tim Miller brought a clear vision to the project, and the entire team was dedicated to capturing the essence of the character. Quote, "We embraced the R rating, which allowed us to fully explore Deadpool's crude humor, graphic violence, and irreverent attitude." The film was a hit, both critically and commercially. Fans appreciated the faithful adaptation, and newcomers were drawn to the character's unique blend of humor and heart. It was a vindication for everyone involved, and proof that staying true to the source material pays off sometimes. Deadpool 2 built on this success, introducing new characters like Cable and Domino, and expanding Deadpool's world. Director David Leitch brought his expertise in action sequences, and together they crafted a film that was both a continuation of the first and a bold step forward. Deadpool's success in both comics and movies has had a significant impact on popular culture. He's become more than just a character, he's a symbol of the importance of taking risks. Deadpool's irreverence, his willingness to push boundaries, and his meta humor have influenced countless other characters and stories. In a world of comics, Deadpool paved the way for more unconventional and self-aware characters. His success showed that there's a market for characters who don't fit the traditional superhero mold, who are flawed, funny, and deeply human. In the world of movies, Deadpool demonstrated that R-rated superhero films can be both commercially successful and critically acclaimed. This opened the door for other R-rated comic book adaptations, proving there's an audience for more mature and edgy content. Deadpool wouldn't be where he is today without the creative minds who brought him to life. Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nicieza laid the foundation, creating a character who was visually striking and full of potential. Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness took that potential and ran with it, defining Deadpool's voice and establishing many of the traits that make him unique. Gail Simone, Daniel Way, and Jerry Dugan all added their own contributions, each bringing new ideas and deepening our understanding of the character. On the big screen, Tim Miller, Rhett Reese, Paul Wernick, and David Leitch played crucial roles in translating Deadpool from page to screen. And then there are the fans. Deadpool's journey from a secondary villain to a pop culture icon wouldn't have been possible without the passionate support of fans around the world. Their love for the character has driven creators to keep pushing the envelope, to keep finding new and exciting ways to tell Deadpool's story. So what's next for Deadpool? The beauty of the character is that he's constantly evolving. As long as there are creative minds willing to take risks, and fans eager to see what comes next, Deadpool will continue to thrive. Well, there you go. That's probably more than you ever wanted to know about Deadpool. But that's kind of the point of the show. Subscribe for more deep dives into design history and the creative process. You won't want to miss next week's episode, the design history of Lego. Here's a fun fact for you. The plural of Lego is Lego. Oh, there's lots more of that ahead. In the meantime, try not to break the fourth wall. Drywall is kind of expensive. Cheers, everybody.